Question number 1, Bernadette. What has been your best investment?
Okay, so my best investment has really been the home that we currently live in. So as a renovator, you tend to buy and sell too much, or you tend to sell too much, because the whole idea of flipping is very adrenaline driven. There's something really nice about having that chunk of money. But I was looking around for property. I was looking around for a project, actually, and Stephen and I had this idea that we're going to downsize at some stage. So I thought we really should look at buying something in the suburb where we're planning to live, so that we're sort of staying abreast with the market there. And I was going around looking at properties in Redfern, and I found this warehouse conversion that had been on the market for months and months because it was overpriced. And I thought, okay, well, I think this is quite good because it's ground floor is a separate property, so that could be on Airbnb or separately rented. And it's big enough because we've got 4 kids, so I needed something biggish. And so we bought it as an investment property, thinking that we may downsize to it, but not really sure. And as it's turned out, we've had it now for about 10 years, I think. And we had it rented out for a few years, and then we did eventually sell our house and downsize into it. But for every year we've owned it, it's delivered around about $250,000 in capital growth.
Wow.
And I know that because our neighbour who has the identical property just sold so I know what the sale price was.
Right.
And it really brought home to me, like I'm a bit of a slow learner, the value of picking the right area. And like I've done lots of good buys, but this really brought home to me how much you're losing when you sell something. So yeah, over the last few years, $2.5 million extra equity.
I think sometimes developers do the same thing. They sometimes I look at some of the developers that we've worked with and thought, if you just kept a lot of your properties, you would have had more money, you would have had more success than when you try and, because developers' motto is try and flick them slicker. But sometimes some of their success would have just been holding a lot of properties and drawing the equity in that development and then doing the next development with that equity rather than trying to sell them all, moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You sort of get into a mindset around it and don't really, think about it. So, yeah. So that's definitely been my best.
Cool.